The member for North West Central.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Transport. I refer to ongoing regional air service unreliability for communities such as Carnarvon, Monkey Mia, Esperance and Albany, which is impacting connectivity and affecting vital sectors such as health service delivery, business and personal travel and tourism operators, and recent revised profit guidance of the operator Rex Express. And I ask, has the Minister contacted Regional Express to seek assurance their revised profit guidance won't further constrain their service delivery in regional WA? And two, are you confident Rex are fulfilling their contractual obligations under their deed of agreement with your government?
The Minister for Transport.
Thank you very much. And of course, this government is a very big supporter of regional aviation, members. Yeah. We are the government that
order, please, member for Roe. Minister.
It's interesting you're attacking Rex Airlines National Party. So in relation to regional aviation, of course, we are the government that brought in the regional airfare cap that is limiting the costs of travel for regional Western Australians to either $199 or $299. And of course, we've been working with Aviair and now Nexus Airlines to create new routes. And in a few weeks' time, just over a few weeks, the inaugural flights connecting Geraldton to the north and Geraldton to the Perth through Nexus will commence, and as a result of state government support. And we continue to work with all the airlines. And in relation to Rex, we do understand that they've had some, in a sense, a trading halt, I think 2 days ago. My team has worked with them over the past 24 hours to ascertain what impact it would have on regional air services, and our understanding currently is that there was no impact to the flights that Rex deliver. But we continue to work with Rex as we continue to work with all destinations and ports. So, for example, in Geraldton, where is the member for Geraldton? She's not here. She's obviously caught a plane back. We're being every port and every port has had issues, in particular as airlines recover from the COVID impacts. They've all had issues in relation to reliability, and of course states and major capital cities have had issues with reliability too. So we're constantly working with all the airlines to try and make sure that we have a very, very reliable airline system, but of course we've also addressed accessibility and affordability, and we'll continue to do that. The aviation market, I find, continues to evolve and change, in particular on the participants, on the challenges, and for example, more generally globally, of course, there's an issue about aircraft availability because of some of the challenges through COVID in relation to production, and as a result, everyone now wants to fly again, but there's a limited amount of aircraft out there, and of course we lost some pilots chose to leave the industry during that time too. So we continue to work with all of them. As I've said, we're doing everything to make sure that regional aviation is accessible and affordable throughout regional Western Australia.
Yeah. Supplementary question.
Minister, have you sought advice as to whether Rex are fulfilling their contractual obligations under their deed of agreement with your government?
Minister.
Yes, and I continue to seek advice in relation to their obligations. But as I said, member, I find that it's always easy to criticise, but if you could always worry about the longer-term repercussions of what you do, because in many instances, what you might want to do in the short term and there's longer-term impact into accessibility and affordability of air travel in Western Australia. We continue to work with all of them, and as I said, there wouldn't be one airline that hasn't disappointed me, and there wouldn't be one airline that hasn't surprised me. But you continually work with them to try and ride out the challenges, because our intrastate aviation market is something that we need to grow and support. I've always said, if you compare us to other places, in particular Queensland, for example, where they have far more flights available, that's why we're trying to underpin the Western Australian intrastate market with more activity through the capped airfare scheme, and we've seen more activity, and we'll continue to support, because the only way you can continue to drive reliability, bigger aircraft, more services, is to support the entire aviation market. And that's what I'm really committed to. And if you look at all of our initiatives, it's look at the entire industry and saying, how can you make that industry grow stronger? I want to be like other states where we have a lot of aircraft in the air servicing our markets.
Sorry.
As I said,
Member for Roe, you didn't ask this question. We've already had a supplementary, so Minister, I'll ask you just to ignore
Sure.
that comment.
as I said, there would be every airline people have criticised over the past 6 years. Every airline. And what do? Just get rid of them? And then wait, and then people say, well, there's no aircraft servicing my town? Is that what you want to do? You just can't do that, and particularly in aviation, where things like, it's not like going and getting a bus. You've got to go and get your aircraft, you've got to get your pilots, you've got to get your entire infrastructure. It's a sophisticated market. And what you've got to do is continually support the entire industry. As I said, why are we capping the airfares? Two things: affordability, but also about growing the market. And fundamentally, we have to have more people flying in Western Australia, so these flights get a momentum of their own. And that's what's happened successfully in other parts of the nation. So we're working really constructively, and I continue to work constructively, because I support having a strong, reliable aviation market, and that's why all the policies we've put in place, and we continue to do, is to drive a much more economic and much more active aviation market in Western Australia.
Yeah.